All right, fans, you hear the music in the background. I'm going to try to be a little more, not say so much in this one. It's Punk and MJF in the dog collar match. And here's the best in the world. You're live to tape for the watch along from Chaos Corner. It's AEW Revolution. We're in the executive boardroom of Chaos Corner. Here's the swerve. You thought you were getting Punk? You didn't. Here's MJF. You heard what they said, right? What an asshole. Fans, this is going to be one for the ages. You think about Piper and Greg the Hammer Valentine, who originally were the ones who started this. AEW record for MJF is 31-9. You go back to that classic match at Starrcade. I believe it was Starrcade 83. I did a live to tape watch along here on the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms, and you know what they are. I don't have to say them. It's every single one of them out there, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram to here on the mothership, the YouTube channel, to over on Rumble, to Gab, to everything else you could think of, to Parlor. I don't even know Getter what the hell I'm on. But it's MJF, CM Punk in the dog collar match. Got 1,000+ videos on the YouTube channel. Chaos Corner's coming up on podcast number 100. We do the Dynamite episodes every Wednesday for live to tape watch-alongs. No one else in the IWC does this. Live to tape. Get the concept of what the Guardian of Chaos does. I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Stay right here. I'm going to try to tone it down on this. We've had different versions here. This is probably the 6th or 7th segment for Revolution. They've been anywhere from averaging 6 to 7 minutes in length, all the way up to 20 and 25 minutes, depending on the match. This will be one for the ages. We had a couple technical difficulties. We tried some without sound. We tried some with music. We have nothing here that would get us shadow banned or knocked off or copyrighted. So we're going to try to keep doing that. We have nothing against anyone here. Not against anyone, but we're not using anything that can't be done here on the YouTube channel. Right now, as you can tell, Punk is coming out with a different sort of music. We had the swerve of Punk's music to begin with, and then MJF came out and it was him. He set up the old swerve. And now Punk is coming out to something totally different. Orlando, AEW Revolution. Punk has now, looks like to be some martial arts type gear on. He's wearing black and white. He's got a long sleeve Under Armour type black shirt on. He's got white trunks on, laced in black, with black knee pads, black long gear, and black boots. Tapes fisted with the trademark X on both. Triple X on the back of the jersey. Punk is 12-1 right now in AEW since his return. 12-1. And of course, we know that's been the big news. And I didn't say it right from the beginning. We did it on the Dynamite watch along, if you were with me. Yeah, I know some people say I have no neck, but look, I have one. Believe me, I have a neck. Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. And that's what they're referencing here right now. And Punk has that old Ring of Honor look. And we know what they have with Christopher Daniels and Bryan Danielson on the other night on Dynamite. We did it on the live tape watch along. And listen, I'm in the recliner. I'm at an angle. I'm laid back. I'm rocking back and forth. They say the camera puts 10 pounds on you, so we'll put 20 on you. But look, I got a neck. Listen, it was like 65 degrees in the New England greater tri-state northeast area. It would cut me some slack, man. Can I do this? I'm in the comfort of my own executive offices. I'm not down in the bunker. I'm not in the office upstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dog.
Let's go to Justin Roberts. My old buddy.
Or submission. Introducing from Plainview, Long Island, New York, weighing 126 pounds. He is better than the best in the world.
MJF not wearing the traditional Burberry scarf. It's in good shape. What is MJF, 25, 26? Wearing green trunks, green knee pads, and white boots.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing 218 pounds, he is the Second City Saint, CM Punk.
Punk and MJF in the dog collar match. There's Punk with the cross, the X's. Both men in great shape. Both men have stamina. Now listen, the ref is locking in the dog collar around MJF with the chain. Punk will be strapped in next. It's been one heck of a night already on Revolution. Live to tape. Again, I've had a good time. I've had a good night here on this live to tape watch along. But I will say that to say this because I give the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's hope that the show improves a little bit or picks up the pace a little bit. I'm just giving you my honest opinions. I don't know if it's quite lived up yet to the expectations. It's been a hell of a card. Listen, Jericho, Kingston, there's been some good matches. Been a lot. Each match has been hard fought. But there's been a couple of things I haven't been crazy about. A lot of people would disagree with me. Listen, like, subscribe. Leave a comment. It's all good, man. A lot of people talking out there on social media. Now, Punk is strapped in. Now, both of the refs on the opposite far side, if you could vision it right now, and I'm sure you could. Punk and MJF standing across the ring, opposite side from each other, both with the chain and the dog collars, and now going to pull each other in. We're going to listen to a little bit of this, too, because you can go a certain amount of time before there's no copyright, no strikes, no anything like that here on YouTube. I've learned a lot of that. And MJF, Punk has already got MJF. MJF's on the outside of the ring. Punk's inside. He's already choking him and dragging him back in. Punk went to whip him first, missed him, and MJF is outside of the ring again. You can't go anywhere. Listen, that's the whole purpose of the dog collar match, MJF. You can't run. You can't hide, man. And you know what I'm going to say that I do like about this? I'll say that to say this because I don't like it is. I like that Punk is out there. He's got no second. I like that MJF doesn't have anyone with him. We know what happened with Wardlow and him this past week on Dynamite. You can see it on here on the channel. All what? I don't know. Was there 250 of you? Whoever streams in independently, which I know that there's... I know I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I get that. Okay? But there's people that stream in here and out of here no matter what happens, because I know, because I get reports on it. Just like you could follow certain things. I know who you are. You report back to other people you're watching. I appreciate it. I don't know how long you watch for. It is what it is, man, because I'm going to be here regardless. MJF's in the corner right now, on his knees, with his hands out, trying to beg Punk to shake his hand, saying he's sorry. Yeah. Punk with some nice kicks to the jib, to the throat, stepping on his hands. You know the background of what's been going on here. It's been going on for weeks. The promos on Dynamite, the back and forth has been unbelievable. They have history that MJF was trying to sell from back when he was a kid, and they took a picture with Punk, and that was his hero, and he got bullied. It really has worked out to be quite the story. To end up here on Revolution in this dog collar match, in the tradition of Piper and Valentine from Starrcade. Tony Khan knows what he's doing. You know that both men are going to end up bloodied and battered. You know that that's going to happen here, however long this goes on for. Right now, MJF has Punk and power bombs him out of the corner and goes for a pin. Again, dog collar match. 12-foot chain, right? And for all you motherfuckers out there that say, oh, it's fake. Oh, get in there. Get out from behind what you do and try that. That's all I'm saying. As someone who's been a fan over 50 years and been in and out of the business for coming up on like 35 years, let's remember, okay? Know what you're talking about. No one comes to tell you guys what you're talking about. Don't come in here. Yeah, I'm rambling on. We're 10 minutes in on this segment. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a long live to tape, but it's going to be a lot of fun. That's why I don't do it in the 2 or 3 hour platform. You could get it in segments for each match like you would in a quarter hour ratings breakdown. You get each match, so if you don't want to listen to one certain match as I label them, you move on to the next part of the pay-per-view or the event that we're watching. That's the beauty of live to tape. The Guardian of Chaos. Look at the chain marks across the back of Punk already. It already looks like he's been whipped several times. The chain is indented, imprinted inside. MJF right now dominating. Delivering the fists right to that forehead. It'd only be a matter of time before Punk is busted open, if he's not busted open already. He did bleed on Wednesday. He did bleed on Wednesday. Again, fans, if you're not watching the live to tape watch-alongs, I'm not going back to check them out because you can't watch them live. I get it, you're watching that, but you check it out the next day. You get a different version, and again, Punk bloodied already, busted open here early on into the match. You got to expect it. It's what the brutality of this is. It's pouring off of Punk right now. He's a Crimson Mask. Now, MJF is grabbing the microphone. He's playing to the crowd. He's got the microphone. He's going to get in there right now, and he's going to mock Punk, who's pouring with blood right now. Let's listen.
How about you tell these people you don't care about them? How about you tell these people you want to quit? Just like you quit on me! Say it!
Now we can do some of this because there's no copyright, there's no video. You can have a little bit of sound, you go a certain length, and this is all the stuff that I found out on YouTube. It's a beautiful thing. I'm not saying YouTube's the platform or nothing like that. So I got a cramp in the shoulder. I'm not saying any of that. But you guys get what I'm talking about. I had cramp at this age. The old man brand, the over 50 demo god, Punk right now as he's kneeling. JR just said it right there, a crimson mask. He has did a good job of getting busted open, if you know what I mean. And now, listen, Punk just pulled him right off the rope with a chain. Double headbutt to the groin, if you will, of MJF. Right in the cojones, in the nuts. That's my nutcracker. I get we're past the holidays. I understand that. Punk finally getting back at MJF right now, using the chain. Nice Russian side leg sweep. Oh, can I say that? I can say that right now, right? Even with what's going on here in 2022? I could say Russian leg sweep, right? Punk to the top of the rope. MJF laid out in the middle of the ring. Double axe handle, knee drop from top rope. Again, I don't know how Punk could see. I know he was an MMA guy. I know he's physical. Bleeding, pouring right into your eyes. It blocks your vision. I've been busted open many times. Hard way and self-induced. It gets into your eyes. You can't see. Just like if your eyes are watering. That's why it's always nice to hammer fist someone, if you know what I'm talking about. Get it? I think that you do. Oh, and thanks for watching, everybody out there. Everybody from the Professor to Chris Marge, to everybody out there, different guys that I've seen, Troop. Good people, good guys. Don Kincaid. I seen you guys out there. I saw you. Punk right now, as you can hear in the background, whipping MJF right now. Again, I would describe the scene right now, Punk's got the black boots, the black knee pads, and he's got the white trunks, the long style basketball trunks with the triple X's on the side. And he's covered in tattoos, as you well know, sweating right now, and bleeding like a stuck pig. His whole face is all red, redder than his shirt, as MJF is wearing the green and white trunks with the green knee pads, the green boots, both with the leather, brown leather straps and the 12-foot chain. Right now, Punk's praying like this, bloodied. MJF is laying, looking up at the lights like I did most of my managerial career. Looking up at the lights right now, MJF like this, holding on to his hands. Fireman's break, carry up into a backbreaker. No, reversal. Now MJF's got the he's choking out Punk into a sleeper. Look at the look on MJF's face. Sleeper hold with the chain. I can't see that happening. Although we saw Kingston tap out Jericho, I wouldn't have called that one for all the money in Vegas. That's who the referee is. The veteran guy. Couldn't think of his name. Paul Turner's the referee. Son of a bitch. He's not tapping out. There's no way that he's tapping out. Right now, they're both on the apron. MJF is behind now. They're getting to their feet, and he's trying to choke out Punk. He's got the sleeper with the chain on. This segment is up to already over 16 minutes. Trying to break it out. And there it is. It's finally broken up. But listen, both these guys are spent. We're 16 minutes on this. On this episode. So they've gone a good 15 minutes right now. 12 to 15 minutes in this dog collar match. Talk about pure brutality. MJF going for a pile driver. Couldn't get it. His right hand, he's selling that right hand. It's all bloodied. You hear good old JR. Is he trying to sell a fracture, or if it's broken? You can't trust MJF again. Missed the GTS. Salt to the earth. All it really is an armbar. Actually, a Fujiwara armbar. And MJF's got it locked in good on Punk. Look at the blood pouring off of Punk. Shades of the old days of the 70s and the Valiant Brothers and Abdullah the Butcher in the 80s, Bruiser Brody. Anaconda Vice. Is MJF going to tap out? No, he's close to the ropes. Thank God for the halls. 65 degrees today. It was 15 the other day. What the hell's going on? Manipulation or Mother Nature? Cramps. I'm hydrating. Yeah. Billy Preston is on in the background. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have nothing. And if you want to be with me, that's what you get here is entertainment. And I know that you're watching this saying that he's talking to himself. And I guess technically, now listen, I'm not the only one in the room right now. There's a few other people in the room, so I'm talking to myself, but I'm not technically talking to myself. And then once I put this up on social media and on the YouTube channel, am I really talking to myself at that point? Because somebody's going to watch it. Even if it's one view, somebody's going to watch it. Well, there's certain clips and videos with certain people on my channel where there's 0 views. I guess that shows you how much weight they have in the industry. Asking people to pay for them and stuff and no sponsors. I don't want to get it. We're 20 minutes deep in here. This is buried. No one will ever hear it. And if you do, yeah. I'm not asking anybody for nothing. This is free. I already made my living. I'm retired. Do this for stress relief and distract everything from World War. Coming up, maybe. So we're here in March 2022. Live to tape. AEWRevolution. Let me not get started, please. I'm nice. I take the high road. Things are good. I'm blessed. I'm fortunate. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. As I'm watching this bloody brawl between CM Punk and MJF, AEWRevolution. live to tape watch along in the Lazy Boy in the this is actually in the conference room. What do you think of the decor? Listen, cut me some slack. And look, a la Piper and Valentine, Punk right now has MJF is outside the ring and Punk is on the apron and he has the chain wrapped around the eyes of MJF, kind of like when it was wrapped around the eyes and the mouth and the ears of Piper and Valentine from Starrcade '83. Now both men are outside the ring. Punk has the chain wrapped up, busting MJF. Now it looks like they're going to go out into the crowd. And there's Punk mounting MJF in the corner of the railing, right in front of just basically the front row of the crowd there in Orlando. Yeah. Still outside the ring. Both men busted open. Both men bloodied. You could see him communicating. If you're watching this right now, if you happen to see this even live to tape, you could see that they're communicating right now. The camera's close. The angles are jumping around. I'm giving you the good, the bad, the ugly. It's a great match. These guys are selling the shit out of it. But when you have all this upgraded technology, like we know that we do, both men still outside the ring. Punk's wrapping up the chains again. You pick up and catch on these things. I was watching Mercedes Martinez. I'd like to have a martini right about now. Mercedes Martinez, Thunder Rosa. I caught different communications because of the camera. Not the athlete's fault, not the star's fault. These guys and gals are tremendous athletes and know what the hell they're doing way more than I do. But you pick up on things like that out of different camera angles, and when you've been in the business and you know what to look at, you know that, right? Still outside the ring here in this dog collar match between MJF and Punk. Now, there's nothing on the line here. This is just a personal grudge match and history between these two guys. Now, they've wrestled before. Now, what they're going to get out of this besides taking, what do they say in this industry? What does it take? A good 5 years off your career, this kind of match when you're in this? That's why we don't resort to these type of matches. But what is it for here? What is it going forward? Is it just to settle the grudge match and the feud, right? That's the outcome. It's not for a title. It's going to count on your record, but you're not moving up in the rankings, I would think, or anything like that. It's a special grudge match, a dog collar match. Finally now, both men are getting back into the ring. MJF has been rolled back into the ring. Punk is back into the ring. Isn't this a nice change? The nice cerebral, laid-back, chilled Goose Fraba type Guardian of Chaos as opposed to the loud, crazy chaos that I can be. And this is where you get into the depths and the soul of who I really am. You see what it's all about. Again, Punk has now got MJF up on his shoulders. You see I don't have the traditional chains, the 350 from 25 years ago, Oakley wraparounds, classics. That'll never change. Those will always be there and represent my life. But we have a little more laid back, relaxing, that we're not down in the bunker, that we're up here in the conference room as opposed to the third where the office is. And this is a little more laid back, and we don't have to push that. So this is what you see and get. And a lot of people ask, "Oh, Chaos, what do you really like?" This is what you see. There's the halls. What color? Red? Listen, let me get back to the match. So this is what you see here. More laid back, relaxed. I even got Rod Stewart on in the background. We do it in different angles, different gimmicks to give you the entertainment. We're in the middle of the live-to-tape watch-along from Chaos Corner. AEWRevolution. It's the dog collar match with MJF and CM Punk. Now, I hope you're having a beverage, you have a snack, and something nice and cold to drink. MJF is on the apron with Punk, and it looks like he's going to go for a pile driver. Reverse DDT, reverse pile driver, and Punk hits the pile driver on MJF after reversing. Wow! That might be the most craziest I got the whole night for reactions. Now Punk is out on the floor. MJF is still on the apron. And MJF was going for the pile driver on the apron. Punk reversed it around and dropped a beautiful pile driver on MJF. Wow, this match has proven to be everything that it's lived up to. When I say what it's for, meaning where are we going from here? Will this be the end of it? Will there be a rematch from this? What's going to happen after this? Where does this lead to in this feud with these two guys? Is this the culmination? Because back in the day, this kind of match is usually the culmination of the feud. If you look historically, we're 25 minutes into this segment. Both men are back in the ring. Punk bloodied again. The blood looks like it's subsided a little bit. MJF is out in the middle of the apron. Punk is climbing up to the top rope. Again, the chain about 12 feet long. Punk is rolling up the chain. Looks like he's wrapping it around the elbow. He's on the top rope. He's gonna drop that Macho Man elbow drop. MJF in the middle. Here we go. Best in the world, Punk yells out. Misses that elbow drop. And obviously he has the chain. Now MJF's covering Punk. Almost a 3 count. Remember, when you drop that elbow drop, I don't give a shit what anybody says. You still have that chain on there when you're hitting the mat. So now that's hitting his elbow, wrapping up his arm, his tendons, his ligaments, his cells, his organs. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Anyone who's used that type of prop or actual weapon or actual physicality of this type of match using the weapons, you have to absorb that punishment, whether it's thumbtacks, a chair, a table. People think that they're gimmick. You have to sell it, man. Now, speaking of that, MJF has gotten thumbtacks now, and he's dropping a bunch of thumbtacks in the ring. Again, you knew this was going to happen, going to be a bloody bout. Dog collar. Now, there's all the thumbtacks. MJF dumped out the thumbtacks. Punk's back on his feet. Here we are with the chain. What's going to happen now? Beautiful knee strike like Punk does, but MJF delivered it on Punk. Well, somebody's going. He looks like he's going to give a bulldog. Shivani and I said it at the same time. Like-minded. Is that scary? Is that a good thing or a bad thing with Shivani? Punk right now biting on MJF. Both men standing over the tacks now, slugging it out right and left. Don't wait, not like that. Don't ever leave your thumb out. It's the proper way. You know that, right? I'm not punching anyone, so I had the thumb out. Reverse suplex. Punk and MJF. Who's going on to the tacks? MJF's turn. Setting up Punk. Punk kicks his leg out. Misses with the clothesline. Big forearm shiver by MJF. I hope you guys have your snacks. I hope you guys have your cold beverage. It's been a long night. It's been a good night, but it's been a long night. I don't know if that was a roundhouse kick. That was more of a knee to the jawline of MJF by Punk.